Join your morning Stiffy as the skeletons come humping out of the closet again. It's another reading from Tiff's Teenage Diary on 96.7 KCal Rocks.
All right, let's turn them pages to the past, shall we, here on your morning Stiffy.
Take it from me, girls. Never write it down because you might be on the radio someday, and then they're going to have all kinds of evidence of a past that you had hoped to escape.
And the past comes alive right now.
And Jimbo gets to read it in a voice that is nothing like I ever sounded.
Well, let's just call this entry what I did on my summer vacation.
Oh, okay.
Answer?
Sounds innocent enough.
Got forced to live in a rundown A-frame house with a bunch of people whose last shower was getting rained on at Woodstock.
What is it about this hippie thing where you're like anti-showers?
Right on.
My mom is on a spirituality kick.
Oh, God.
She went to some retreat with one of her lesbo teacher friends.
That's dangerous, man.
You know that.
Dangerous.
And they came back with all these weird ideas about natural healing.
Sure.
Apparently, God seems to want her to eat really, really disgusting foods. Lentil soup and whole wheat noodles with soy gravy.
Hey, now.
I'd rather chew on my brother's jockstrap.
Ew.
What really sucks is that I always knew she had this in her. Our bread was always some shade of brown, since she thinks Wonder Bread causes zits, herpes, and 13 types of cancer.
Causes zits.
It causes everything. We can't have white bread. I'll die.
And of course, none of the good cereals like Fruit Loops, but here's some yummy shredded wheat.
Shredded wheat is the devil when you're a kid.
Little bricks of wadded up fiber. You gotta figure, if the prize is in the cereal box is a membership application for Greenpeace instead of a cool toy, and the kid on the front looks like he's going to vomit into his cereal bowl, maybe you should give it to all those starving kids in China you're always yammering about.
Yeah, if they're so hungry, why don't you give them the shredded wheat?
Because only a communist would like shredded wheat.
Right.
Exactly.
She says fiber will clean the toxins out of my colon.
That's what they say.
Now let me ask you.
Yeah.
What the hell else is there in a colon besides toxins?
That's sort of what
Isn't
it's
that
for.
the whole point of a colon?
Hey, Mom, here's a clue. If they call it a poop chute, maybe it's supposed to be a toxic waste dump. Speaking of toxic, we're not supposed to eat foods that stimulate the senses because they interfere with, and listen to this hippie-ass gibberish, the ability to quiet the mind.
Oh, God.
Wait, if you stimulate the senses with food, it will mess up your being in tune with your brain?
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Hippie-ass gibberish, that's what it is.
Foods like garlic. Thank you, Bride of Dracula. You marry a Dago and make half Italian kids and then ask us to do without garlic?
What's that about?
Why don't you just take away my hairspray too while you're at it?
Well, fluorocarbons, you know.
Oh, and guess what?
What?
She just may do that too.
I'm surprised she didn't.
She says hairspray contains chlorine fluorocarbons, which destroy the earth.
What?
Chlorine fluorocarbons.
What are they, Stu?
Actually, they're fluorocarbons.
That's what you put the.
I'm an idiot.
Fluorocarbons.
Flora.
So never mind the nuclear power plants. The real threat to humanity is my evil can of Breck.
Forget the nukes, man. Miss Breck is your worst enemy.
That's right.
So anyway, while my friends are being disgustingly materialistic at the Eastwood Mall
Right.
and getting dark tans thanks to the ozone layer,
Right.
guess where we get to stay for the whole month of August?
God, where?
Let me quote my mom here. It's a little farm where people could come together under the ideal values of sharing, mutual cooperation, and respect.
Communism!
Hippie-ass gibberish.
So my mom, who spent the summer of love gestating my brother and wiping my newborn ass, finally gets to live in a commune in 1981.
little late, Mom.
Way to stay ahead of the trend there, Becky.
It was the worst.
Oh, God.
There is no TV
Oh, God.
and 4 people living here. There's a guy called David the Talking Horse. Me and Brian call him David the Talking Horse's ass.
He was such a moron.
Then, these 2 guys we call Simon and Garfunkel because one has frizzy red hair and a forehead the size of a Volkswagen bus.
That would be Garfunkel.
And the other's short with dark hair and always looks like someone's about to beat him up.
That would be Simon. Simon and Garfunkel were bigger back then than they are now.
And there's this little lady named Mary Ann. And her name should be Mary Jane if you really want to go for the truth in advertising.
I get the picture.
What's funny is that these people are really anti-chemical if the stuff comes from Dow Chemical.
Right, yes.
But if they get it from Joey's lab, they'd happily take a bath in it.
It's all natural, man.
Joey's
God.
Lab!
Oh, God.
I got up to go to the bathroom last night.
Big mistake.
Oh, boy.
I was totally levitating from the scrumptious soybean soup with zucchini we had yesterday.
That stuff makes you fart big time.
You could have called me Queen Tutankhamun if you wanted.
My mom had taken us to the King Tut
That's
exhibit.
clever.
I think that's
Toot,
why.
toot.
Clever.
But I started thinking that one of these toots was gonna end. I started thinking that one of these toots was gonna end in a turd.
There's a very fine line, y'all.
That's right.
Keep clinching. So I go into the opium den that they call a living room. And there's Mary Jane, Simon and Garfunkel, and the horse's ass. And they're all staring at each other with even blanker expressions than usual. Mary Jane is waving her hand in the air
Oh, God.
and looking at it like she never realized it was there before.
Look at this thing that's attached to my arm. Yeah, you know she was seeing streams of light coming out of it.
The horse's ass is mumbling something about organic mind expansion
Oh, God.
yeah.
and about there being bats flying around the room.
There were bats at this commune.
And get this gibberish he said.
Okay.
Isn't it odd that people don't assign the same intrinsic value to bats as we do to butterflies?
What's that about, man?
Probably because bats are dark in color. It's a natural extension of our racist tendencies, man.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
We don't like bats because they're black. Sure. It's not because they carry rabies and stuff.
Have another mushroom, Clyde.
I just asked, hey, where's my mom? And he said,
Mommy.
he said that my mom went to pick flowers at 2 o'clock in the morning.
I'd like to think that she was just trying to get away from them.
Right.
You know what I should have said?
What?
Isn't it odd that people don't assign the same intrinsic value to stupid wannabe hippies as we do to normal kids who should be at home watching General Hospital?
Right.
I hate my life!
That was a very long summer.
My God, what a summer.
Wow!
Thanks,
Holy
Mom. Glad you
moly.
missed the real Woodstock. That was a pretty half-assed
Peace, love my ass!
Until next week, there you have it.
Get me in the
Tiff's
bus!
Diary
Get me out of here!
On your morning Stiffy 96.7 KCal Rocks.